My name's Brendan Rawlings. I'm at Axminster Tools today. I'm a wood sculptor and chainsaw artist from near Exeter in Devon. I've bought a big lump of macrocarpa along with me that we've roughly chopped already to take some of the weight out of it so we can get it into the car. We're going to be starting off with a chainsaw and blocking out, which is the removal of sort of the main weight of the wood, and the end result I'm hoping is going to be a beautiful standalone feather that we're going to oil with Danish oil, and yeah, so hopefully show you in the process how the Arbortech tools work for each stage of the process. So you can see we've done the main blocking out of the feather here. We've got the main shape. So what I'm going to do now to save time really is to now get a bit more detail on it. So we're just going to get the angles cut in. I've left the bottom where the bottom of the feather is going to be a little bit thicker because we're going to hammer it with a turbo plane in a minute. And the last thing you want is it to snap off halfway through the project. So that's going to be the last thing we do, is tidy up the bottom. But at the moment, after the main shape, we're just going to get the angles right, because this is going to be a feather that's got a bit of movement in it. It's going to be twisting a little bit. So I'm going to cut down here, hollow this bit out a tiny bit with the chainsaw to do the rest with the turbo plane. Great, so now we've done the bulk of the blocking out. I've got the main shape that I need. I'm going to move on to my favourite Arbortech tool, which is the turbo plane. I love this thing because it takes off so much stock. It's really good. You can use it lightly to do finer detail, but you can really sort of abuse it and get it to take a load of stock out, which is fantastic. And yeah, so that's why we're kind of moving down through the tools in severity in my mind. So chainsaw first, down to the turbo plane, and we'll go down from there. So yeah, looking forward to getting a bit more shape into it. So yeah, making some progress. We have shaped it nicely with the turbo plane, made a load of mess. As the t-shirt says, chips happen. And we're moving down now onto the new turbo scraper. I've had a little go in the workshop and it was great. I'm just really looking forward to finishing off a little bit on here as well. So the difference between the two is the blades are on the outside on the turbo scraper, which means you can get a little bit closer to the nooks and crannies that you can't get to with the turbo plane. We'll also be doing some detailing with the turbo scraper, bringing up some of the sort of feathered edges here, and as the feather goes round, I've marked it with a red pen, as you can see, and tidying up the bottom a little bit. So the other good thing about this is that the finish is a little bit finer, so hoping to take some of the sort of wood ends on the edge of the sculpture off and ready for the sanding bit. So just finished with the turbo scraper. You can see we've done some detailing along the feather edges, so that's looking good. And what I want to do now is use the precision carving system, one of the pieces in the precision carving system, to add a little bit more detail. It's got a slightly sharper edge, so we're going to just add some more strands to the feather, and hopefully just sand that bit down a little bit and make it a little bit smoother. After that, we're going to move on to the sanding and getting dangerously close to the end of the carve. Right, so we just finished with the precision carving system. We've used two bits on that. So I started off with the square-edged bit, and I moved on to the smaller sanding drum. So we've got some of the edges in now. It's a little bit more finely sanded. So we're going to move on to my other favourite of Arbortech's, which is the contour sander, which is brilliant for just finishing off everything, getting into the little nooks and crannies. And for a project like this where there's lots, it's absolutely perfect. It always packs a bigger punch than I expect, but also you can move down the grits as well, or up the grits, higher grits, for a really nice fine finish. And after that, we're nearly done. You can see we've chainsawed the base just to give it a bit more of an ornate sort of finish, a bit more curve on it. So this will look brilliant inside as well as outside, I think. We're going to crack on with the sanding. Looking smoother already. Just finished with the contour sander, and we're moving on to the power carving unit with the soft sander attachment on it, and we're going to do the base and a few more bits at the bottom. Any little areas that look a bit scuffed as well, we're going to give those a go, but pretty much there. You can see it's looking much smoother already, nearly ready for the oiling Danish oil. So just finished with the soft sanding pad that fits onto the power carving unit. We've got rid of the fluffy bits on the edges, we've done the bottom, and it's ready now for a coat of Danish oil. I love this stuff because it changes the colour, brings out the grain, but it sort of it dries hard on the outside. It's good for outdoor pieces particularly, but looks really good regardless. Right, so there you have it. We've got an oiled feather, Danish oiled macro carper. It's turned the colour, a beautiful orange colour, and that will go outside or in. You know, any wooden piece is going to last longer inside than outside. But more than anything, what I do is encourage anybody to give it a go. The power carving tools from Arbortech are fantastic for beginners all the way through to experts. And it's surprising what you can achieve in quite a short period of time. This has only taken us sort of half a day's work from start to finish, so give it a go and you might surprise yourself. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and if you want to see any more of my stuff, past or present, head over to Zen Wood Design, Instagram, Facebook and other social channels to see some of my other projects. Thanks for watching.